Today's video is going to be relevant to a lot of you, and it might be something that you've not really thought about up until this point. And the theme of the video, or the title, is your personal life getting in the way of you building your personal training business? I want you to think about that for a second. Is that something that resonates with you? Something that you've asked yourself, or are you asking yourself now and thinking, yes, maybe it is? It's a very good question. And with this, we need to remember that it's no easy feat building a successful personal training business, especially at the beginning. You have to put in a lot of hours and social hours, early starts, late nights. You might be variously busy in between, but it's not really structured enough when you're trying to get business left, right and centre. You might be thinking, I've got to pay my gym rent, which in some places in London is £1,000 a month. Maybe it's not so much in other places of the country, but still something to think about. You also have the fact that you're not got a guaranteed income until you get good at selling and retaining clients. And sometimes it can literally feel like you're a dog chasing your tail. Now, this is where you have to have a plan, this is where you have to have structure, and you just have solid foundations. If you're a single person and you don't have any hang-ups, you don't have any emotional baggage from a toxic relationship or a broken family life, it's going to be a lot easier for you to get on with that because you've got that security blanket underneath. If you've got savings, that's going to be good as well. If you're emotionally secure, you're also going to be in a better place. It's very hard to build a business when you don't have a stable home, you're in a toxic relationship, possibly abusive with that as well, which again might not be your fault that you're in it. I'm just painting the reality of the bigger picture. Or you don't have solid friends to lean on, you don't have a support group, because just as much as your clients will need support groups to achieve their goals, you need support groups to achieve your goals. And no one got successful at business by doing everything by themselves. There's not really such thing as a lone wolf. There's only a lone wolf to an extent. Everybody's had help at some point. So I want us to remember that going forward. And for the purpose of this as well, it's really important that if you're in a position where you're struggling, your personal life's not really where you want it to be, you're chasing clients, you're emotionally exhausted from chasing clients, the rejections, the letdowns, the ups, the downs. It's like a yo-yo. And it can almost feel like you're going from happy to sad to angry all the time just because of business. But then if you've got all your relationship stuff on top, you've got your family stuff on top, it's not going to help. So you need some degree of separation, if that's the case, to be able to work on your thing, because they do spill over if you don't control it. And if this spills over into this, it affects this, and it affects your decision making. You start being more impulsive, you start being more reactive, you start spending off emotion, you're not really thinking about your business because you're emotionally sucked in as opposed to being logically focused, and it can have a massively detrimental effect. So it's just something to be aware of. Now, I completely appreciate that it's easier said than done, and some of you might be in a position where you feel like you can't get out. But that's where you have to focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't, and take small baby steps to be able to just move to where you eventually want to be. If you keep doing that, and at least you're going in the right direction, and you keep going, things will eventually work out with a bit of persistence and a bit of luck. You just have to make sure you're facing the right direction and you're at least going in the way you want to be. If you're in a crossroads and you really want to build a business and your relationship's holding you back, you've got one of two choices. Either make it work, talk to your partners, whatever the situation you're in, sort it out, get things on the table, communicate clearly, so you're not holding any weight emotionally, because that's the thing that's going to hold you back from building a business. You need to be able to put that aside and move forward without carrying, say, a big giant boulder on your back. it's hard enough anyway. So removing anything that isn't going to help us is only going to help us. The other thing would be end that toxic relationship. Step away from your parents if they're abusive or they're toxic or they're not supportive. Your friends who are trying to drag you back. You want to just distance yourself a little bit from them as well. I'm not saying completely cut them off unless you want to. If that's the right call, it's the right call. But keep yourself at arm's length so that they're not interfering enough to stop you from achieving what you want to do, because at the end of the day, it's your business, it's your livelihood, it's your career, it's your success, it's your brand, it's your life. You need to be accountable and put those boundaries out to allow you the best opportunity to move forward. So going back to the question, is your personal life getting in the way of growing your business? Possibly, and if it is, it's time to take stock of your situation, think of what you can change, and let go of what you can't. I'll talk to you next time.